Yo, what's going on, boys? Welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Guys, I'm super excited to be doing this. I don't know how I'm going to start this, honestly. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I'm just going to wing it because my first ever time doing it. And the first time you ever do anything, you're going to be kind of shit at it. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to be good at things the first time you do them. But I guess I'll start by giving you guys kind of a quick rundown on who I am. For those of you guys who don't know who I am, my name is Peyton Vindasius. I'm 21 years old. I'm currently living with a buddy in Arizona, Phoenix right now with my brother named Quinn. He's 18, he's a bit younger. And for the past 3 years, we've ran a door-to-door window cleaning company, done over 1.4 mil in gross profit simply by knocking doors, no leads, no ads, nothing, just complete organic door-to-door. And I'm making this video because I want something to look back on, when I, have made hundreds of millions of dollars one day. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have that mindset. But more importantly, I want to make this video because if I could help one person or two people, by providing value in some way, shape, or form with this type of video, then I'd feel good about myself. I'd feel happy, and I truly believe I'm a Christian man. I truly believe that I was put on this earth to help people in some way, shape, or form, whether it's to provide value, motivate people to be better. And as Christians, we're called to bring as many people closer to Jesus as we can. It's one of the things that God calls us as Christians to do. And I think I'm put on this earth to do that. And I think by starting to make these videos, I don't know how many I'm going to make a week. I don't know how they're going to go. But even if a couple people watch them and they can resonate with what I say, then I'd feel good about myself. And I think God would look down on me and he'd be happy. I think he'd be happy to see what I'm doing. But anyway, guys, I'll probably make another video on like my story, like my kind of where I came from to where I am now. But I kind of wanted to talk about there was never going to be a perfect time for me to make this video. I was debating whether to do it, like by the chairs and get like the perfect background, the perfect lighting, and do it the daytime. But I've come to the conclusion the longer that I try to find the perfect spot to make the video, the longer I'm just delaying my goals. And I've talked about this before. Some of you guys probably followed me on Instagram and probably got here from my Instagram page, but there was never going to be a perfect time, a perfect location, to make this video. And so I just decided, we're in an amazing spot right now. I'm currently in the hot tub. We're staying with a buddy, like I said. And I just thought, let me just pick up the camera and like my tripod and a mic, and let me just start talking. Let me get started. Because the hardest part the hardest, I guess, thing to do is to start something. I feel like it's very easy to keep going when you've already built the momentum. People talk about these downward spirals, you know what I mean? Like these spirals where something bad happens and then another bad thing happens, and because of that you do another bad thing. You just kind of have a downward spiral, but a lot of people don't understand you can have an upward spiral as well. And you want to create as many upward spirals as possible that compound over time. It's kind of like building interest in a positive way. That's why you see there's so many people that, they go from complete broke, skinny, they go from depressed, addicted, and then like a few short, months or years, depending on how much effort they put in a positive direction, they like explode and they get into shape, they make money, they, build an audience. Doesn't matter what aspect it is, they move in a positive direction very quickly. And it's impossible to do that without starting. And I'm sure everyone's starting, obviously we've done door-to-door sales past 3 years selling window cleaning. We had to start somewhere too. And it wasn't easy, you know what I mean? Like, I'll give you guys a quick rundown. I went to university for a year. It was $25K. Some of you guys might know, like London, like Ontario, it's kind of where we're from ish, in Canada. And I went to university for a year. It was $25K. I dropped out after a couple months of just realizing how much of a scam it was. And then I went another 10K in debt after that to start my business with my brother, investing most of that 10K into like a mentorship from guys who've already been in the industry for a long time. And then obviously a small part of it into like the equipment that you use to clean the windows and stuff. But there was never a perfect time to do that even. I was already 25K in debt I had to pay off. We just went balls to the wall and, went another 10K because, I mean, we just believed in ourselves. And 3 years later, here we are. There's people talking behind me, but you know what I mean? That's just life. I'm not going to get the perfect opportunity to make the video, and you guys can hear me pretty clear. But yeah, I just want to talk about starting whatever you guys have been wanting to do for like a long time, whether it's get into shape. Obviously you guys can see I'm more jacked than most people my age, most people older. I've been going to the gym 6 years, so guys, don't compare yourself to me physically, because I've literally just been putting in the work. I love going to the gym. I go to the gym every day. I take barely any rest days. The days that I take rest days is when I physically cannot hit another muscle group because I'm so sore everywhere. But the trick is to just start. Whether you want to get into shape, you want to make money, start that business, even if it's like relationship wise, like go talk to that girl. There's never going to be a perfect time to do anything. I talk about it, but I need to remind myself that like I have to take my own advice and put it into practice. Especially like, well, I don't want to talk about like girls too much, but like a lot of you guys, I'm sure if you guys have seen like pretty girls, and you just like, you should have approached them, you're like questioning it, you're looking at them like, oh, I don't know if I should do it, I don't want to make it awkward, I don't want people to look at me while I go approach her and then see me get rejected. You guys come up with all the scenarios in your head on why you shouldn't do something when you should have just done it the first 3 seconds. There's this 3-second rule my brother and I have seen on the internet, and it's within that 3-second time period you either decide to do it or you don't. So for example, and this goes across all aspects of life, business, meeting new people, making a decision, a hard decision, something you should do, but you're not sure if you should do it or not. A good example is waking up in the morning. You know what I mean? You wake up, and for the first couple seconds, you're like, should I stay in bed or should I get up? And then you decide to stay in bed a little longer, and then it prolongs and then prolongs. You go back to sleep, you wake up, you go on your phone, you scroll, and then you just start the day off miserable. Whereas if you were to just immediately take action right away and get up within that 3 to 5 second range, you would just have a better day. You get in the shower, you feel better, you're up, you can attack your day, your to-do list, whatever. But the point is to take action within that 3 seconds, or else you're basically just delaying your goals, and you're also kind of just not being productive at the same time. But anyway, the point is to just start. That's the point of this video, to just start. And there's never going to be a perfect time to do anything. I like to say there's a million reasons to do something. There's also a million reasons to not do something. So if you guys are thinking about, starting something, you want to go to the gym, thinking about going and talk to that girl, you're thinking about starting that business, just start, bro. Because there's no time like the present. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. But yeah, guys, that's the reality of it. At the end of the day, that's kind of the way it's always gonna go. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, pool's closed at
Chilling. Oh, it's closed at 11? Oh, really? Has that always been kind of a rule?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all good.
Okay, no worries.
Just grab your stuff.
Yeah, I'll be on in like a couple minutes to finish the video here, so.
No problem.
Cool, thanks, brother. I guess we're getting kicked out of your voice, but guys, the point of the video is just to start at the end of the day. You know what I mean? There's never going to be a perfect time to do it. You might as well just start now. And even if you guys think like, oh, I'm not in a financially good position to make an investment into my business, good, because if you make the investment now and it works, you're just going to get better in the future because your circumstances is going to improve. Think about it like this. If you take action on something that's hard in the best case scenario, what's going to stop you from like moving forward when it's in the worst scenario? I'm trying to rephrase this in a way that makes sense. I think Alex Hormozi talks about this, but the best time to start something is in like the worst scenario, because that's when you have no money, you have no motivation, maybe even no energy, maybe something really bad happened and you start there. It's going to be so much easier to continue that thing when things are good, because you've already done the hardest part, which is start in the worst possible scenario. If that makes sense? So even if you have no money, bro, just invest in the business, because if you make it, you're going to be able to continue doing it when things are good, when you have money. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the way I've thought about it at the end of the day, just to start. And guys, trust me, I've prolonged this video long enough. I should have made this a long time ago, but I'm just human. I'm just learning. But I decided to take my own advice and just fucking start. And yeah, we're gonna see what happens. But guys, super excited to start this YouTube journey. I'm also gonna be posting on Instagram as much as possible, 3 to 5 reels a day, posting on as much of my story as possible. And my goal is to help as many, specifically like men, but also like, if this resonates with females, that's cool too. But specifically, I'm a guy, so I'm gonna obviously be able to speak for guys a bit better. To help as many guys as possible start their business. My brother and I were very good at our niche of selling door to door window cleaning. It's what we've done the past 3 years. That's how we've generated over 1.4 mil. Past 3 years is simply doing this one thing, which has completely changed our lives. Sales in general will completely change your life. Sales is the most transferable skill. I'll probably make another video on this, and if I don't stop fucking recording right now, then this video is going to go on forever. But yeah, guys, my goal is to help as many people as possible. If you learned something from this video, amazing. But yeah, stay tuned for more videos, and I'm super excited. God bless.